Good back there? Can you hear?
Okay, let's start with the question. Somebody from the audience matched the question that we were interested in. And basically it says, in your experience and opinion, what should be the influence of the person's political persuasion? Or what is your general political philosophy and how will that guide your role as Auditor General? Mr.
Are we rotating down or are we starting with me? It's fine either way, I just want to know.
Well, since these are the questions.
Oh, okay.
We're starting with you and then the last will end in your opposite order.
Okay, great, thank you. First of all, it's a great question. The question is basically, what should your ideology or persuasion be? And the answer is, it really should not have any impact on the audit. I am a Democrat. When I was elected Auditor General, Tom Corbett was the governor. And I was a tough, fair, and independent watchdog for the Corbett administration. There are things I agreed with there and things I disagreed. Now you have Tom Wolf as the governor. He's a Democrat. We actually happen to both live in the same county. But I've been a tough, fair, and independent watchdog towards him as well. It was my audit that uncovered that 43,000 child abuse phone calls went unanswered. It was my audit recently that over 2,300 people that were deceased were still getting cash assistance put on their EBT cards. It was also my office's work that found out over 3,000 rape kits were untested. This is all during the last couple of years, during the Wolf administration. Because I believe, regardless of what your political philosophy is, when you are the Auditor General, you look out for the taxpayers and all Pennsylvanians, even some kids that aren't taxpayers yet. You're looking out for all Pennsylvanians, regardless of your political ideology. When we all go in to vote on election day, we're all going to vote for our candidates. When I do my job, it doesn't matter who the governor is, and it doesn't even matter whether I agree or disagree with the program. What matters is that it's working as it's intended. I've been fighting for that, to protect women, to protect seniors, to make sure taxpayers are properly protected, and most importantly, to make sure our children are protected. Those child abuse hotline calls that were unanswered was inexcusable, and also all the school districts audits and our charter school and cyber audits to make sure that every single dollar is getting to the classroom.
Mr. Brown?
Thank you. Political persuasion, I don't think matters in the office. You need to be part of a political party in order to run, to get into office. But as I've done as mayor and as I've done as Northampton County executive, once you're elected, now you move into governance, and that's what's really key. For me, it's really about the taxpayers matter. That's who I serve. That's who I report to. In Northampton County, I've stated that, and I said taxpayers first, employees second, everyone else can get in line. The critical aspect of this for me is really the taxpayer money. It's not my money. I represent and I have fiduciary responsibility to the taxpayers to demonstrate to them that we've leveraged the dollars as far as we can. And it takes a unique skill set in order to be able to do that. Just to audit a process isn't sufficient. You have to understand and have the experience to be able to look at a process. And if you look at a budget line item, the savings that we're talking about that we've been able to produce in Northampton County, like at the Graysdale Nursing Home, where we took a $6.7 million operating loss and pared that back over $5 million in just 2 years. It's all stuff that leaks out the backside, and you have to know where to look and how to look. So for me, it's not about politics, because I represent Republicans, Democrats, Green Party, Libertarian, non-affiliates, you name it, across the board. Because if you pay taxes, then I'm the guy to save you money and return money back to you and make sure you're getting the services that you demand for the money that you spent. It's completely ridiculous that because of political affiliation or political ties that you have, that you would avoid doing any of this. And it's important that we have an independent Auditor General that has a skill set and willingness and resolve to get the job done. Thank you.
Yes, I happen to agree with the two previous speakers. This is a service to the entire community, regardless of political affiliation. And I would think that our philosophies don't enter into these actions. Although I do think the question did ask what about your philosophy, and I would just like to point out a couple of things that might drive me as a Green Party individual candidate, and that is social justice. And I think a lot of the issues that Auditor General Dumas was talking about
addressed some of that in my opening statement, and the gentleman ahead of me has done a fairly good job of answering that question. No, the political party doesn't affect the basics of the job. The problem is that people who are spending other people's money, by human nature, they're just not going to be quite as careful as they would be if they're spending their own money. So that's the job of the Auditor General, to go in there and make sure that, first of all, we're keeping track of all the dollars and everything, the proper generally accepted accounting principles are in place, and the control mechanisms and that sort of thing. Secondly, is every dollar being spent legally in accordance with law? And then finally, are we getting our money's worth? Is the amount of money that's being spent generating the proper amount of results for it?
Thank you. The next question